Good morning. I'm coming to you from Piscataway, New Jersey, and I'm here with K2CB, Eric, from the W2NJR repeater system. Eric, glad to meet you. This is the first time that I see you.
Good morning, Roger.
But I'd like to have you explain a little bit about Eric is the one that's responsible for the repeaters of the W2NJR repeater system. One of the things that I want to bring to your attention is that it's totally funded by him and any contributions that are made to him. It is not funded by the FCC or any other organization, strictly dependable on donations. So, Eric, what do you do and what is the system about?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What do you do? What is the system about? Can you explain a
So
little bit?
the repeater system started just as a one standalone repeater back in probably 1990. And then the opportunities came up where I was able to acquire a site here and there over the years. So we've added additional repeaters. And the whole idea was those of us that traveled a lot on a day-to-day basis for work and whatnot, going up and down the parkway, it'd be nice to be able to keep in touch and make the rides go faster. So we started with one repeater in Summit, New Jersey. Then we had one many years ago in Saraville. And then I think Manahawkin came third. And then for a while, the system's been up and down over the years because sites come and go. Obviously, there's politics and site ownership changes and, management changes at sites. So they come and go. But over the years, we've tried to add repeaters when possible. And now, 30, 35, 36 years later, I think we're up to about 12 repeaters.
Well, now you just added a repeater in Alpine. New Jersey, which is quite high, and it extends, I think, into New York. So, what is your coverage in the repeater system through the W2NJR repeater system?
Right now, there's probably mobile coverage from a little below Atlantic City, probably just about into Connecticut, maybe a little below Stamford, Connecticut, with the addition of the Alpine repeater. A little bit into New York City. With Martinsville, we go a little bit west out 78, and pretty much it. Basically, the Route 78 and Garden State Parkway corridors, a little bit of Turnpike. Unfortunately, we really don't have too much coverage out to southwest New Jersey. The opportunity just hasn't arisen to find any sites down that way yet, but who knows what the future holds.
So a couple of the nets use the repeater system, especially some of the NJEC2, the emergency nets. What are some of them, and what is their use?
Yeah, well, the longest running net that's on the system every night at 10 p.m. is the United Counties traffic net that was started by Kim, KY2MMM. And that's been running, it's got to be probably close to 30, 35 years, I believe. It originally started on a W2LI repeater system. And at one point, the W2LI system was linked to the NJR system full-time many years ago. But obviously, things change. So for a while, it wasn't linked up, but now it's linked up during the nets. The second most popular net is probably the Chill with Bill net that's on every morning at 10 a.m. with K2CB is net control. And he's on there every morning like clockwork from 10 a.m. till 12, sometimes past 12 p.m. in the afternoon. So and when, the very rare occasion he's not there, he'll have somebody fill in for him. So it's 365 days a year as far as I know. So that's probably the second biggest, probably the most popular net, but probably, I would say probably they're probably about tie as far as participation, 30, 35 check-ins a night, I would guess, or a day. And the third net is Susan, W2QMI. She has a YL net, gets on, I think, every Wednesday night, I think at 9 o'clock maybe, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, don't quote me. As many people know, I'm more of a listener than a talker. I listen a lot. You probably don't hear me on the air much. I just kind of sit in the background. But anyway, those are the three big nets, and we've had some others that have come and gone over the years, and we're always welcome. If anybody wants to start a net, it's there for people to use. So.
Now, I know that, and I've used the net quite often in traveling back and forward, to work and to different places. Matter of fact, about a month ago, I got I was going up to the club up in Fairlawn, and all of a sudden they knew that I was on because I was in the background, and that I was going to the club, and I got a message as soon as I was almost about to get on 80, telling me, don't get on 80 in JRQ. And it warned me about that there was a huge accident and that I needed to avoid it. And I did. I was then lost because I didn't know many of the roads up there. And so the amateur operator that was on there actually guided me all the way up to the club and until I was okay.
Right.
So, those are part of, the reasons why I go on. But also, I think it's important. We had a storm here not too long ago. There was flooding in Cape May. And your repeater system was used to send traffic. back and forward in emergencies.
Wow.
So is that part of why you did it? And
Well, I did it more. It was more so done like yeah, that's a good reason to have it. Don't get me wrong, but the primary reason the system was originally built was one. I've always liked to experiment. I've been playing with radio since I was a kid. I work in the two-way radio industry for over 40 years now. So it just came as a natural interest, and as equipment would fall my way, a site would become available, and time allowed, I would put something together just for a technical challenge. To me, I enjoy driving around, see how the repeaters cover, see how they work, see how things perform. Try and take pride in how the audio quality is, that all the sites they're balanced. There's a lot of repeater systems out there that are linked that honestly sound like garbage. And I take pride that this system works well. It sounds good and it's reliable. Yeah, the driving reason behind it was just a love of the technology and to play with radio, and then everything else came afterwards. So.
Well, one important thing to point out, and I wanted to point out to all those listening today, and hearing this production, is that all of this comes out of your pocket. You personally finance all of this, and there are contributions that are made. So if someone that is listening to this wants to make a contribution to help you fund the system, make the repairs, and upkeep the system so it keeps working the way it has been working, and hopefully expand it in the future, how can they do that?
The simplest way is they can send a donation to W2NJR at Comcast.net via PayPal or Zelle or Venmo, or they can send a check to my attention via my QRZ address. So it's probably either way is easy.
I also want to point out that there is another way, which Eric just didn't mention, and that is through the WNJR.com. On Facebook, they do have a link.
Oh yeah, well, the W2NJR.net and then the Facebook group.
Right,
Yeah,
and it does have a link to the PayPal,
Right.
PayPal that you can send a donation.
Right.
Eric, thanks a million for what you've done for the community.
No,
and
thank you,
everything
Roger.
you've done.
Thank you for your support.
All right, and I hope that this brings some attention to the system and how good it is and what it does for the community, and hopefully the community will do something to pitch in and help out. Thank you,
everybody.
and 73.